Hey to the people. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It is me, Chase. This is No Chaser TV. And welcome to the Real Housewives of Orange County Review. I hope you guys can hear me well. If you can hear me, let me know in the group chat. If you're already in there, hey, love, love, love. I know you got to be to church in 10 minutes. Thank you for joining us regardless. And we're going to get right on into it. But please let me know if you can hear me down to the thing, okay? With that being said, in the meantime, if you can hear me, make sure that you guys like the video, comment um, in the live group chat on YouTube, as well as on Twitter and in the comment section on YouTube, and like the video and continue to subscribe to the channel as you guys already have. My birthday is in 2 weeks, y'all, so we got to turn up. You know what I'm saying? We got to turn up, turn up, turn up, and have a good old time right here on No Chaser TV. Now, as you see, I am here by myself, and Sammy is not here with me as initially advertised, and that's because Sammy has some things going on. So I told him to just drop in whenever he could, if he could, and so hopefully he will, because I would love to hear someone else's. Yes, thank you. Come on in and like us. Look at you, Sean. I know that's right. Um, I told him to just come in if he can, and give me his opinion, because I would love to know what the people are thinking outside of myself about everything going on down to the Orange County. Before we move on, I know you guys remember last week um, I commented on um, Tamra revealing that she was on the spectrum. And so we'll go ahead and just end that up, wrap that up really quickly. Because Tamra commented that she was on the spectrum after one meeting with her therapist. So we're going to go ahead and see. Hopefully, I didn't delete that video, because it is to be seen to be believed, divas. I think I may have deleted it, but we'll see. Give me 1 second.
You're back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Do you think you revived?
Well, that was Phaedra, so I definitely deleted the video. I already told you what she said. It's Sunday, okay? Even the Lord rested on Sunday, and so I'm here. But she has since recanted, apologized, and stated that she would do more research before speaking about this, but she will continue her journey. So this is surely going to be a storyline for her moving forward next season. Hey, Demisio. Demicio's here. And so the comments will be going. I'll be trying to read the comments as best as possible. Let me go ahead and get this recap going. But she did apologize for it, y'all. Are y'all buying the apology? Do you think that she's learned anything from getting cussed out like she did all last week? Or do you think, it's a scheme and a setup? It's a fake and a fraud. It's fugazi. What do you think? Oh, fugazi. Oh, yeah. Please don't take me back to Jersey right now. Let's see what the people are saying. Hey, Tasha C. Hey, Patricia. Hey, Mademoiselle. Saturday is a Sabbath. Okay, listen. All right. Okay. Patricia said she ain't going for it. I know that's right. Oh, thank you. A little bright color and the light. I'm trying to get the lighting. I got a new camera. So as y'all know, I don't use my phone anymore to film. And so I got a 1080p little situation. I really am trying to get the lighting fixed on this so I can look good again. So thank you. I appreciate that. Um, who else is in here before I get started? All right. No, that's right. Patricia said she's not buying it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So as we start the episode, Shannon actually did not go home, and she's speaking with Emily about the goings on. And I've always told you guys how increasingly difficult it is when OC does the thing where they split the group up into like 3 pairs, and then it's like interspliced in between. Did you hear me hit my elbow? My elbow? It's spliced in between about this comment and that comment and this comment and that comment. And so while we were doing the Thursday night lives, which I loved, and they were really, really successful, I thought, from a social media standpoint, really big on X. it was hard for me to recap because it goes by so quickly and I can't necessarily stop it to get it because then I'd be late for that. So Sundays seem to be a cool, chill day. And you want a chill day because this show has a tendency to make me scream to the top of my lungs. So Sunday has so far mellowed me out, but I'm sure by the end of this recap, I will be screaming to the top of my lungs. Um, Katie and Tamra meet, and Katie wonders why Shannon can never stay and finish her discussion. She's always storming out of the room. And Tamra says because that's just who she is. Katie is also confused that if Shannon was struggling to pay her bills, then why go get plastic surgery? Because she thought her man was paying for the plastic surgery and she didn't think it was a loan. Katie. Now, Katie, I like you, but I actually liked the friendships that Katie was forming with Shannon and Katie was forming with um, Jenn. But it seems like Tamra has this thing with Katie where they're building a friendship too. And Katie turns into a little Tamra Jr. when she's with Katie. Excuse me, Katie turns into a little Tamra Jr. when she's with Tamra because why wouldn't Katie just ask Shannon that herself as opposed to talking about it with the ops? Because at this point, Tamra is the ops. So why are you going and having that? Because what the first thing Tamra gonna do is, well, Katie felt that way too. So why are we doing that with Katie? Excuse me, with Tamra, when you know they don't like each other? All right, Katie, don't disappoint me. I love you now. Don't do this to me, Katie. But that was just disappointing to see her have this conversation about Shannon with Tamra, knowing that Tamra hates Shannon's fucking guts. Oh, there we go. Cuss word number one. There we go. Let me see. What did y'all think about that really quickly? DM Rock. Hey, DM Rocks. Yes, it's been a while. I'm finally glad Jen popped off on Tamra. I think Tamra was caught up. She was absolutely caught off guard. It was amazing. It was amazing. Who said Shannon was? I don't know. Hey, Kayla Trees. Definitely side eye Miss Katie Kayla Trees. Oh, we. I mean, I liked her, but I don't like this. Um. Anyway, hmm. Tamara says that Shannon is always struggling and lives way above her means, i.e., buying Burberry scarves, yet can't pay her Amex bill. Again, here's the lesson, right? I got money for these Burberry scarves. I don't have no money right now for the Amex bill. I get to that when I get to it. Yes, it's kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul, but you got a gift out of it. Shut up. And yes, Tamara is absolutely right. In the grand scheme of things, you probably should pay your Amex bill before you pay your Burberry bill. But I have that affliction too because I have a car note I need to pay, and I'm looking at a pair of shoes. I got to be honest with you. My birthday's in 2 weeks. Y'all want me to show up fabulous? I can call an Uber as long as I look good. Y'all want me to look good, right? Yes. So I kind of I understand what everybody's saying, and what Tamara's saying is absolutely correct. If you have an Amex bill, you probably should not be buying Burberry scarves. But girl, it's TV. Get over it. Tamara says it's scary to live that way because all of her money goes to her retirement. Now, here's what the problem with Tamara is. Tamara needs to say it's scary for me to live that way. Scary for you to live that way, Tamara. Shannon doesn't appear to be scared. So let Shannon live her life. Once you give your opinion about a situation, when solicited for the opinion about one's situation, you have to let go and let God. Okay? So if you've already spoken to her about her spending habits and you've told her, hey, this isn't the best way for you to spend your money, and she continues to buy you Burberry scarves, that ain't on you no more. Stop. Leave people alone. Tamara has a tendency to beat people over the head for not moving in the way that she moves. You are saving for your retirement. Shannon is not worried about tomorrow. Hallelujah. See, if you want to go, I'm going to take you to church right now. Huh? Because she knows. who holds her hand. Amen. Hallelujah. She's not worried about tomorrow, for she knows who holds her hand. Okay? And so that is the lesson in all of this. That's how she chooses to live her life, and this is how you choose to live your life. Now, philosophically, if you feel like the differences are so strong that you cannot be friends, then just don't be friends. But in the meantime, if you're still going to continue to be my friends, shut the fuck up about you and your retirement, because that's what you want to do with your money, and that's not has nothing to do with what I'm going to do with mine. Okay? And then I know not to call you for some money because you already told me not to buy these Burberry scarves and to put it away to pay on my Amex bill so we can save for retirement. Whoop, there it is. But no, Tamra doesn't just take that for what it is. She takes it, she beats you across the head with it, she tells all of your business, she spills all of your tea, she is mean to you, she berates you like Emily says that she does, and she does a lot of horrible, nasty things. And then when it's time for her to get called to the carpet, magically after one therapy appointment, she is on the spectrum. Oh, I feel it today, y'all. It's in my bones today. Oh, it's in my bones. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to get into it today. Just in time for church. Hallelujah. Well, you came stepping into another church because I'm going to preach today. Amen. Didn't Tamra disclose a bit? Baby. And here's another thing. I'm going to read that in just a little bit. Okay, Yuri Oates. Let me read that. Love Katie, but I swear every other episode that makes my ass itch. I love this when people say that make my ass, because girl, that make my ass itch. When she does stupid things. Sorry for my profanity. It's all right. We're not monetized yet. We're at 750 subs. We got to get to 1,000. Once the 1,000 hits, everybody probably stop all that cussing. Okay, we all in agreement. Didn't Tamra close a bit? She absolutely closed her business. Hey, Art Roy, thank you for joining me straight from church. Listen, right? No matter what the income is that these girls have, they're not doing this show for free. And I'm tired of pretending like it. They're not doing it for free. Who's to say? I'm going to get into that in a little. I want to say something else so I don't forget it. But who's to say someone like a Jenn, who you call so dumb and her spending habits are always critiqued, who's to say that she's not spent a dime of her Real Housewives money because she stays with her man and her children don't have to pay a dime to stay there? He buy everything for them anyway, so she don't necessarily need a job because she already has one. Who's to say that she's not saving her Housewives money? So she is gainfully employed and she's also not touching it. Who's to say that's not the case? You don't know. Shut up. I don't even like to say shut up. Be quiet. I hate saying shut up because if someone was telling me to shut up, I would be so upset. I don't like that word. I don't like that phrasing. I don't like it. So I try not to say it. So, I almost apologize for it, but this time I'm not apologizing. But I will take it back and say be quiet. You can be quiet about other people's finances that you know absolutely nothing about. Gina tells Jenn about the text from Alexis. Jenn says that Tamra lives for a receipt and is such a Shannon hater that is most likely why she ignored the text and has failed to bring it up amongst the group in order to befriend Alexis to take down Shannon. And that is absolutely a spot-on observation from Jenn. She hates Shannon's guts so much right now because everything that she's tried to come at Shannon, against Shannon for, has backfired, has failed, has flopped. Nobody cares that Shannon was sneaking drinks. So what? Was she sneaking drinks and then getting behind the wheel of a car? Because that's what we care about. Do we think that she should stop drinking? Some of us think that she should stop drinking, but ultimately it's her decision as to whether or not she decides to stop drinking. But as long as she's not, continuing to harm herself, she looks like she's gotten in control and owned her DUI situation. She's blowing up her car in a straw to go ahead and get from point A to point B with random drug tests in between. alcohol test in between. I don't see the issue. And I was one of the ones who thought that maybe she should put the bottle down. But we've only ever seen Tamra this season be drunk, stumbling to get into a car. So I don't know. So why, Tamara, did you not bring this up? Because you bring up everything else about everyone else when it suits your narrative and your story about them that you're attempting to create to make someone the issue for this season. When Diva, you are the issue every season. I'm sick of her ass today. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into it today, y'all. Yes, we got to get into it. I don't get it either, Patricia, why she's so worried about them finances. Sweep around your own front door, Tamara Judge, before you try to sweep around mine. That is some advice. You need to take 6 months to mind your own business and 6 months to leave other folks' business alone. You see what I'm saying? So that's a whole year. You mind your business for 6 of them, and then you leave other folks' business alone for the other 6. How about that? And sweep around your own front door before you try and sweep around mine. Hallelujah. You know, you guys, I just love having my phone available during these things. Eventually, I'm going to learn how to do like screen mirroring from my phone to this, so I can pull up stuff. But I've learned enough for this quarter. Okay, I learned how to, you know, do a background. We got a nice little background now on the thing. You know what I'm saying? We got the image ingrained into the thing. You know, I learned how to pull up, you know, websites and stuff while I'm looking. You know what I'm saying? And I got me a new camera. Have I not invested enough? And let me also say, by the way, since we're worried about finances, how about the software that I use to present these shows? It went from $50 a month to $88 a month, and they tried to charge me $88, and I almost fell out of bed this morning. $88? We're gonna have to get to 1,000 so we can get monetized, y'all. Because $88 a month. Talk about these shows. Y'all like me that much? Y'all like the group that much? Because Diva, $88 a month, Diva. Ooh wee. Wee. We're gonna have to get some super chats going or something, y'all. Some monetization going on around here. Okay. Tamra tells Katie that Shannon is a master at gaining sympathy and is going to switch it up when she meets Heather. Absolutely correct. 2 things can be true, y'all. Absolutely correct. Shannon knows how to lean into misery in her situation. One thing about Shannon, she knows how to lean into her situations. Y'all, I can't find my mouse. Hold on. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. One thing about Shannon, she's definitely going to be down on her luck, back against the wind, trying to make it, no way to win. That's one thing about Shannon. She's going to be down on her luck, back against the wind, trying to make it, no way to win. Get into it. Hold on, I accidentally turned my Siri on the laptop, chat. Can y'all hear me? Because I feel like Tamara is one of the Housewives plants where they need a villain because unfortunately, all of the ladies supporting Shannon comes across as boring to most. Well, the thing about it is, hold on, wait, I got a production note. All right, thank you, production. 85 people, 55 people watching. 55 people watching on a Sunday. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for rocking on a Sunday. I hear you. I wouldn't say that she's a production plant. I feel like Tamara produced this herself, and the odds were stacked against Shannon coming into the season. Her and Gina were on the outs. Her and Heather never have really had a great relationship. Alexis is coming back and she's dating your man. You got a DUI after you have made Gina all kinds of comments about Gina and her DUI and being drunk and the kids and all that stuff. So it was against her. But then once we learned the details and we saw that Shannon was willing to take accountability and Tamara being so nasty, no one having her back, it all backfired against her. And then Alexis being a flop. Just all backfired. And then production, even though it didn't look like Shannon had an ally, it looks like the producers had an ally. Or it had Shannon had the producers as an ally because they really have supported her in these edits throughout the season. And Tamra has looked horrible. Uh, DM Rock says, "Did I hear about Tamra apparently making up with Shannon at the reunion to save her job?" I'm sure she would because that's what it's about for her. Unpopular opinion. I know everybody's calling for Shannon to be, I mean, not Shannon, but Tamra to be removed. But I don't think Tamra should be removed. I think they should hold her accountable. I think they should stick it to her like she sticks it to them. As I said in last week's recap, it's not Tamra's fault that y'all can't rise up against her and get her together. That's y'all fault. I stand on that. Oh, but did Jenn try this week? Damn it! Now Shannon meets with Heather and Emily, and they discussed rebuilding trust. She vaulted Heather, and so for Heather to bring it up at dinner, the situation about the picture and the bloody image and all of that stuff that Heather was bringing up at dinner, claiming that she felt betrayed and that she was being used and that she was lied to. And again, I've watched it. I've spoken with other people. I've read comments. I've read your comments. I've read the tweets and what has been told. And nobody understands what exactly Heather lied to what exactly Shannon lied to Heather about. If anyone knows what Shannon lied to Heather about, please let me know so I can understand it. This may just very well be beyond my scope of understanding. I don't understand what Shannon lied to Heather about. And Heather thought she had a smoking gun and thought that she was turning and flipping the script on Shannon, and she ended up looking stupid. I don't call people stupid, but she looked stupid. And you can look stupid, and I say that, girl, you look stupid. But I won't call you stupid. So I didn't call her stupid. But did she look stupid? Absolutely. All right. Heather said that she already knew this stuff about Johnny J that was vaulted to her by Shannon because Tamra told her. If that is not more proof that Tamra is not a good person, why are you telling Heather Shannon's business? And then, Heather, how does that allow you to escape being wrong for still going back and telling the girl's business after you two said that you wouldn't let it leave that room? You still wrong, Diva. You're wrong, Heather. And I just would love for Heather to admit that she's wrong for once in her life. You know what you did? We did say it was vaulted and we weren't going to speak about it outside of the group. And I did bring it up. And so I apologize for that. I was upset because I thought that maybe you were lying to me because your tone on Jeff Lewis was decidedly different from the tone that you gave me when you were giving me the sob story, when you was down on your luck, back against the wind, trying to make it no way to win. But at the end of the day, I am still wrong because I promised I wouldn't let it leave that room. How hard is that? Hey, Orchid, it's been a minute. They need to bring someone who could put Tamra in her place. They need to bring someone who could put it into place. Hey, JR Real, I don't think I've ever met you before. Jen reading Tamra for filth. Phaedra was definitely smiling. Baby, I was smiling. Made me so happy. Love, love, love. I'm going to watch the afternoon service. Now, wait a minute. One thing about it. Always put church, baby, put church first, honey. This will be here when it comes back. Okay? Please put church first. Do not do that. Okay? All right, you guys. Thank y'all for being in the group chat and comments, and I appreciate you for your support. Sammy may or may not pop up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this because because I'm going to let him know. The people say, where you at? I did. I hope y'all can see. Let me see. Can y'all see this? The people say, where you at? Come to work. I thought it was a crummy thing for Tamra to do is tell her about Johnny J. And then even though she knew, she sat there and faked like she didn't know, which, it happens. People tell us stuff, you got to act like you didn't already know and go along with it for as long as you got to go along with it, not to expose the person who told you. But you still, you know, breached y'all agreement, which was for it not to leave the room. Heather says that Shannon should just pay Johnny J and he'll go away, and she doesn't understand why she won't do that. Shannon brings in a stack of receipts with everything that she did for the first 6 months of their relationship, which totaled over $60,000 worth of flights and trips and this and that. Okay, y'all. That's Sammy trying, y'all. He's trying his best. Hopefully he get in if he get in, child. Maybe I can arrange for him to call in. Okay. All right, you guys. See, I'm working. I'm trying to get this thing for you people, okay? Um, First of all, right? Do you guys feel that by Shannon putting in a clause for non-disparagement on both ends, that is a refusal for her to pay the money? Should she just pay the money and just still deal with the abuse? Because it doesn't appear that he would go away. He says that he refused to sign the non-disparagement clause because wanted to um, he wanted to make sure that he could respond to anything that she said, even though she agreed to sign one as well. So, do you think that that would have like made him leave her alone? I just am not sold on that at this point. So when everybody's encouraging her to pay the money and saying that she's broke, she has offered to pay the money. Then she pays the money to him on his terms, and he doesn't go away and still harasses her and still has Alexis hollering, "There's the door, Shannon Bedore." Then what? Then what? So now I got to pay you all my money and take the abuse when I spent over $60,000 in the first 6 months of our relationship. Um, Shannon, if you need somebody to put that stuff in an Excel sheet, holler at me. I'll do it for you, Diva, because stop carrying all that shit around, okay? Please. All right, let's see. Let's see. Got a production note, y'all. Ah! Oh my God. Okay, you guys. What are we talking about in the group? Ooh, y'all going at it, child. Hey, Dr. C. Oh, y'all going at it. Thank you, Orchid. I appreciate the compliment. Y'all, Sammy, he's trying. He's trying. Well, y'all letting Sammy have it. Okay, Dr. C, who? Thank you, Patricia, for stopping by. I appreciate it. Okay, let me read this Dr. C who comment. Y'all know I can barely see. I'm gonna try to read it, Dr. C. Uh, on Watch What Happens Live, Shannon said John will accept the offer, but she has to make a public apology. At this point, he doesn't want the money. He cares more about his reputation. What does she want him to say in a public apology? What does he want her to say in a public apology? He wouldn't be getting it. Oh, Noella. Oh, Lord, I miss Noella. Um, People miss Noella. Some people did not like Noella, but Noella certainly made Heather's ass itch, and I appreciated that. All right. Gina and Jen are speaking, and they're confused as to why Heather is upset about the mammogram stuff. When she sent a text saying, out of respect to her family, she did not want her family's medical history to be mentioned on camera, so they did not bring it up. Gina tells Jen that Heather was wondering why Jen was wearing a $2,000 Dolce & Gabbana dress if she's having money problems. Jen says she didn't view Heather as a two-faced, manipulative person, but she does now. It's just like, remember I said this season, we've seen Jen have a lot of awakening that, I need to pay my rent. Oh, wow. Or I get evicted. Awakenings about Tamra. Now she's having awakenings regarding Heather. So Tamara says Jen having that dress was not a good look when you get $6,000 a month in support. Katie says that she being Jen, called Katie contemplating returning it, but Ryan encouraged her to keep it, so maybe Ryan purchased the dress. If she's staying with Ryan and she's driving Ryan's car, odds are Ryan's buying and bankrolling her lifestyle. What would make you think that she's also taking the $6,000 a month from her children to buy $2,000 Dolce & Gabbana dresses? Why do you automatically go there? Because it is the most humiliating, is the most embarrassing train of thought to expose a person for. So, of course, Tamara goes there, as opposed to stopping at these little stops in between, which common sense will tell you most likely she probably got the dress from Ryan. And she's going to wear it more than once. So it's going to be $2,000 put to good use. What's $2,000 to Ryan? I don't know. We don't know, right? So why do we automatically shoot for the worst all the time with Tamara? That's a big issue I have with her. Katie did kind of take up for, so Katie is close to Jen because she did kind of take up for Jen, but she did not really take up for Shannon, if I'm being honest with you. Tamara says that casinos were allegedly sending, put allegedly up for me. Could you please put allegedly up for me, Demisio? Thank you. Tamara says that allegedly casinos were sending Ryan's friends private jets so they can go gamble in the Bahamas or whatever she was saying. And Jen will go on those trips with them. So Jen just needs to be careful about who she's surrounding herself with. And Katie hopes that Jen has a plan B in case it doesn't work out with Ryan. Jen says she doesn't have the friendship with Tamara she thought she had, and that Tamara talks shit about everybody behind their back. Absolutely. I'm not going to comment on that Ryan stuff. I don't know anything about it. I haven't cared to investigate it. If anybody wants to call up here and say what it is, I'm more than welcome you to, but that's not something that I'm interested in. I'm not really interested in the scuttlebutt around anyone other than the actual housewives themselves. So hopefully that's not true, and hopefully Jen is safe, is all I'll say, because that's none of my business. None of my business. Leave it up to Kevin Reynolds. He said Noella was trash. So TKC, hashtag Team Tamra. TKC, baby. I'm yet praying for you. Team Tamra, you got to stop picking the worst people, the villains, to flesh out your personality, TKC. I'm just talking to you right now, okay? That is not a glowing endorsement for you and your judgment of character that you are Team Tamra. And you're more than welcome to call up here and tell me why if you want to, but I just had to let you know that's not cute, diva. The group rallies for Shannon and takes a bus ride all up and through the London, and Gina brings up the mammogram issue. She mentions Heather's text, and Heather said that she didn't asked them not to talk about her. She asked them specifically not to speak about her family's medical history because she can't talk about their stuff on camera and she doesn't want to. Okay. Shannon said that they heard cheers from the room, so they thought everything was good. Gina says that one moment, that one moment meant so much to Heather that Heather held it in and didn't say anything until dinner. Heather says that it is Gina's problem that Gina is so affected by this. Gina feels like it's coming out like Gina wasn't a good friend to Heather, and that's exactly how Heather is framing it. Heather framed it as you guys are selfish and so selfish that nobody bothered to check on me, even though you sent a text to them people asking you not to discuss the medical history or whatever you asked them. I would have stayed away from it too if you sent me a text. Child, I don't know if you're talking about you, your auntie, your cousin, your sister. I don't know who you're talking about. I'm not bringing it up. So now the ball is in your court for you to bring it up. And once you bring it up, I'll gladly have a conversation with you on camera. And that's just that on that. I'm sorry. You can bring it up. I'm not bringing it up. Because you got too many rules around what you will and will not discuss on camera. So I'm not going to bring it up because I've been ruined the whole thing. You'd be mad at me for that. So, oh well. So for Heather to say, nobody asked me, you did frame it as if they were selfish and inconsiderate and only caring about themselves and their medical diagnosis at that time because you had heard some harrowing news and you neglected to tell us that you did send a text message to the girls. So that is manipulative and misleading, like Jen accused you of being. It's what it is. She says that Gina is so affected about it, and Gina says, absolutely, because you made me out to look like I'm a bad friend. Um, and you held on to it when you chastised me about holding on to stuff. Now, I still stand by what I said last week. Choosing when and where to discuss how I felt about a situation surrounding my medical diagnosis or the medical the doctor visit that's completely different from choosing to pick, from not telling me when somebody's talking about shit about me behind my back and threatening to expose me. I think that those are two different things and they don't really align in my opinion. So I don't necessarily side with Gina on that. But if we're calling a hypocrite, it is hypocritical of Heather to ask for her to always be immediately clued in when anything is pertaining to her and then not cluing the girls in and waiting to have a smoking gun against them to embarrass them on camera when it conveniently suits Heather. Got to be fair, even though I don't necessarily agree with the situations themselves. The fact of the matter, when you boil it down to, it is hypocritical of Heather to do that. Gina says she's trying to figure out how to be a good friend to Heather, and she feels like Heather has high expectations of her. Heather asks, "Is it high expectations for me to want you to tell me when a girl is plotting against me and threatening to take me down?" And Katie's like, "I'm sitting right here talking about me." But Heather is nasty, and so of course she doesn't directly say Katie's name. Ooh, Heather knows she nasty, y'all. I'm sorry. Hey, April Morgan. Oh wow. Hey, a lot of old faces. Okay. Uh-oh. Ooh, ooh. Did y'all tell Sammy I was here talking shit? Lord, y'all crazy. Okay. Anyway, where was I? Um, all right. So Gina says, "Oh, that's mighty interesting. Much like you didn't sit up and defend me on Watch What Happens Live when everybody said that my house was the cheapest one out of the group." Now, Gina, how long had you been sitting on that? Come on, Gina. Come on, Gina. You kind of defeated your point. You kind of negated your point with that one, in my opinion. I don't know. She had been sitting on there. And I mean, obviously it was no defending because everybody know that girl stay in a casino that she owned. And the casino is no bigger than the Watch What Happened Live studio. So of course yours will be the cheapest to sell, girl. Get over it. Heather says it's BS and she's exhausted. Heather tells Tamra that she's totally stuck up for Gina. She totally stuck up for Gina, and then she calls her a fucking bitch. Whoa! Mind you, Katie is still sitting behind her, listening to it all. I saw who Heather was when she made it look like Shannon was having a psychotic break. Oh yeah, she's always been nasty. She's always been nasty. When I didn't like, when I stopped liking Heather, this is, I kind of peeped stuff super early. The way she treated that girl about eating that boy out that birthday cake, even though that's nasty, the way that she spoke to her, she spoke down to her in that moment. That was Heather's first season too. The season finale party at Heather's first season, season 7, at Heather's house, where the friend of broke the boy off the cake and ate the cake. I didn't like that. That was gross, by the way. But she spoke down to her as if the girl was beneath her. And I was like, okay, I clock you. I see how you get down. I see how you get down, Diva. You're a little nasty. All right, the group splits again, and Tamra and Heather are at Anne Fontaine with Katie, and they talk about how Gina correctly guessed that a piece that I believe Katie was not Katie, but Heather was wearing was Anne Fontaine, and Tamra was surprised to know that Gina actually even knows who Anne Fontaine is. Tamra has said that it was not shade. It was shade. It was shade. It was shade. When you show up the film looking like this, when you show up the set looking like this to film a fucking scene, oh yeah, girl, we surprised you know what Miss Anne Fontaine is, Diva. We didn't know you had it in you. We didn't know you knew what the hell was going on. You see. So yeah, we was a little shocked that you giving that because we just didn't think that you knew what time it was. If we're being honest with you, if we're being very honest, we just didn't know you knew. It's absolutely 100% shade. Look at how she looked it on the set. Then she says she steals the tips from her makeup and hair and wardrobe stylists and applies them herself. And then she shows up looking how she looks and tries to give people advice on how to. I'm just saying, I'm not coming for the physical. I'm just coming for the clothes, the hair, and the makeup. It was absolutely 100% shade, girl. Gina says that she's starting to feel gaslit by Heather. Welcome to the club. And the group is at dinner finally, and Emily wants a big girl martini, not a little girl martini. And Emily, I'm going to have to help you out, okay? Because you're never going to escape the big girl psyche, the big girl imagery, the big girl portrayal if you don't stop referring to yourself as a big girl first. What the fuck is a big girl martini? You bring it on yourself at this point, and there's nothing I can do to save you. After we get a big girl martini talk out of the way, Jen gets straight to business, divas. Jen wants to know and asks Heather if her dress was an issue. Heather says that she called Tamra because she was worried. Tamra says that they just don't want her to feel as if she has to buy $2,000 Dolce and Gabbana dresses to fit in when she's only getting $6,000 in support and does not have a job. I'd venture to say that the Real Housewives of Orange County is a job, and I'm sure she makes more than $6,000 per episode on that. Well, at least I hope she does. If not, get your agent and renegotiate your contract. Okay. Tamra says that Heather didn't want Jen to feel like she had to fit in. And Jen says, well, last season you were talking about me having fake labels. So which one is it? Is it that, like, what's going on? What's going on? Now, I'm going to just say this. For me and my body, I don't wear fake designer. I don't. Don't buy me fake designer. Because I don't buy myself fake designer. I would just much rather have something from a store that's regular and nice. So for me, the in between would be I don't want a fake Louis. I might not be able to afford a real Louis right now. So maybe I go to a store in between that I can actually afford. Now that's not how I live because I like my stuff. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm just saying is there is a healthy balance in between the two. The healthy balance is if you can't afford it, don't buy it. And please don't buy that, because they're going to talk about you. However, they weren't concerned. They were gossiping. Shannon almost falls out of her chair when she hears that Heather was actually concerned for Jenn knowing and being present for the conversation, where everybody had something to say about Jenn living above her means. Ryan bought a dress for her, and that should just be that. Emily says that Jenn wants to portray living the high life with no income coming in and doesn't know what her boyfriend does. Emily thinks it's sad. And then Heather finally apologizes. Emily, I think it's sad that you would have anything to say about anyone because, yes, you do have a Juris Doctorate or whatever it's called. You are a lawyer. But are you actively pursuing law and getting income from being a lawyer? Absolutely not. Your income is coming directly from the Real Housewives of Orange County and the opportunities that come thereof. So what the fuck are you talking about? Because allegedly you live off of your husband and his family's wealth. So what are you talking about at this point? I'm really sick of like the bullshit. I just cut the crap. I'm over it. I'm sick of it. This is what I was looking for. What are we doing? Why are we continuously acting as if you are in the court practicing law? You're not. Shut the fuck up about our money. Her income comes from the same place yours does, NBC Universal and Evolution Media. So shut up. And she living with her man and her man buying her everything. So it's almost as if it mirrors your exact lifestyle. So shut up. Oh, I might not be paying any bills, but at least I have a doctor. At least I'm a lawyer. You don't practice. When you get back in the field and you get to practicing, and I'll let you have that. You can't have that critique of her. And if anybody wants to fit in, I would venture to say it's you, Emily. You're the one who wants to fit in. Everybody almost wants to fit in. Even people who say they don't want to fit in want to fit in. Who wants to live their life ostracized and not accepted by anyone? Nobody. You learn to live with it. You learn to love yourself, and you learn to accept yourself and say, fuck who do and do not accept me. But is it ideal to go around life and not be accepted? No, it's just something that comes with life. Not everybody's going to accept you. Not everybody's going to love you the way you want to be loved. Not everybody's going to appreciate you the way that you should be appreciated. Not everybody's going to let you into their circle and treat you nicely. They're not going to do that. So I didn't buy this Dolce & Gabbana dress to fit in with you, bitch. I bought it because it was nice. And my man said I could have it. Next. When the last time Shane bought you some Dolce & Gabbana? I almost said something that was so mean. How dare you say that about someone when your situation is not much different? Y'all, I can't find my mouse. Okay. Jenn tells Tamra that she doesn't know where to go with her. So after she gets done calling Heather out, she turns her attention to Tamra and says that she doesn't know where to go with her. Every time they get close, Tamra goes ballistic on her, and she feels Tamra really wants the group to know that Jenn has a piece of shit for a man. Tamra apologizes. I don't think Jenn accepted it. Jenn is absolutely right. Tamara always is hyper fixated on these boyfriends, and you know how she was with Brooks, only to end up becoming Brooks by announcing that she was on the spectrum after one therapist appointment. Anyway, um, but she is hyper fixated on Ryan, and she's looking for something to attack and gnaw at because that's what she does best. That's only her trick. She's a one trick pony. Shannon then chimes in and tells Tamara that she's surprised that Tamara didn't tell the group about Alexis's text from 2018. Emily says that if they scrutinize Shannon for everything that she does and always call Shannon a liar, then why is it that they don't scrutinize Alexis and call her a liar and put her under the same amount of scrutiny and discuss this text message? Tamara says that's because it's between Shannon and Alexis, but it also directly affected you, Tamara. You see, Tamara tells Shannon to stop talking about her. Shannon admits to saying that Tamara has a big ego, and Tamara says her ego isn't so big that she'd refuse to pay $75,000. And again, I just don't recall Shannon refusing to pay it after a while. She said that she was not going to pay it. She eventually caved in and paid it, tried to pay it with the clause, and so the man don't want it without a clause and a public apology. And so I just don't understand. And if listen, you may be right. Tamara may be right on that because she did go ahead and walk back all that stuff she was saying about Ryan on Watch What Happens Live. She definitely apologized and got up out of that lawsuit. So maybe she's right. I don't know, you guys. At this point, Tamara's putting her hand in Shannon's face, and Shannon's like, "Don't put your hands on my face, girlfriend." So Tamara does it again, and Shannon tells Tamara that this is her birthday trip and she can leave, and then Shannon promptly gets up and goes to use the restroom. At this point, both Shannon and Tamara are done with one another again. All right. After a late night, all the ladies get in their various groups, as you know, this show loves to do. So they did it 3 times the show, which kicked my ass. I'm so glad we didn't go live immediately after. The ladies get in their various groups and discuss what happened the previous night. Jenn, Shannon, and Gina talk while Tamara and Emily talk. Emily wants to know how Tamara and Shannon can move forward, and doesn't understand her level of anger with Shannon. Her opinions are fine, but berating her has to stop. I wholeheartedly agree with you, Emily. When it comes to Emily's opinions regarding Shannon and Tamara's situation, Emily is 100% correct with that. Like, why are you so angry, girl, at this woman? It's just weird. It's just seemed too much. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. Shannon tells Jenn she is so over Tamara coming for Jen's relationship with Ryan. And to prove how over it is she is, and to prove how much Tamara talks about people behind their back, she pulls up text from 2022. And Tamara text Shannon saying that someone sent Tamra stuff about Ryan, and she was going to ask her friend to do a background check on Ryan, and then sent Shannon the proof of those documents. Gina immediately springs into action and just, this is crazy, this is wild, this is just, she's like a bomb, a ticking time bomb. We're just gonna go off at any time. No, this has to stop. This is too much. As this is happening, the light bulb finally turns on for Jenn. And I think Jenn has now solidified herself as a person where it's like, you could talk about me all day long, but you mess with my children and my man, and I'm gonna have to fuck you up because, baby! I threw my microphone. Baby! Jenn finally exploded and had enough. And I hate to clap because Shannon has made me not Shannon, but Tamra has made me not like it clapping no more, anymore. But kudos to you. Oh my God. Wow. So they've hyped her up and they've hyped Jenn up, and Jenn is all jacked up on Mountain Dew, and she goes storming into Tamra and Heather's room. Meanwhile, Shannon is like, well, I'm going to go see my daughter. See y'all later. After she got this lady riled up with those teas and then failed to tell her how she was involved in it too. And sit that lady in there ready to kick ass. Jenn instructs the hairdryer to turn, the hairdresser to turn the hairdryer off. And I'm like, oh shit, what is happening? Because I had to rewind that back. I'm like, was that Jenn who was talking like that to somebody? And I don't like how she spoke to that lady. I don't like it. I don't advocate that. But absolutely getting her ass. Yes, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're going to get a Tamra ass. And if you don't want this ass whooping, I suggest you leave the room immediately. That's how they used to do it back in the day. If anybody don't want to get their ass whooped, I suggest they leave this room because I got some business to handle. Take them earrings off and get to work. And that's exactly what Jenn did. I'm so proud of you, Jenn. That's exactly what Jenn did, because Jenn gets straight to the point and asks Tamra if Tamra ran a background check on Ryan. Tamra immediately springs and says, absolutely not. I swear on my children, I never got a background check on Ryan. Jenn says, you lying, bitch. She didn't say that, but she said, you lying, bitch. I saw that you got a background check on Ryan. Shannon showed me everything. And then Tamra goes from, well, listen, I didn't get it. I didn't, listen, if he wasn't a private investigator, what? Huh? So what did you swear on your children for then if that was, Jenn is pissed and yelling at Tamra all of the horrible and mean things she's done to her over the last 2 seasons. And Tamra says, it was 2 years ago, so you did do it? Because Jenn says Tamra is always preaching about accountability, but never takes accountability herself. Tamra says it wasn't a private investigation, and Jenn doesn't care and asks, what does Eddie do for a living? Tamra says, well, he runs $1 million business, and everybody, even Heather, was like, he do? He do? I know y'all gonna tell me in the group chat, he do? Does he? Because I didn't know. I don't know what Eddie does, and I don't care what he does, but if you're always probing through other people's men, and their businesses and their finances and what's legal and what's not, yours is on the table too, Tamra. Absolutely. Yours is on the table and up for discussion and dissection, just as you slice and dice everybody else's life. Tamra then starts clapping. And there's a moment where Tamra is hearing what Jenn is saying and attempting to process it. And it looks to me as if she's like, do I apologize or do I just like say fuck her? And she chose to say fuck her. So to me, it looks like she's able to process. She just actively chooses not to walk in the right side of right. That's what I don't see. You see. So, because I saw her processing it. So she's clapping. Now, Heather's looking at her like, girl, did you really interrupt my hair session for this? She also is in awe of Jenn actually raising her voice for once. Tamra says that if Shannon wants to show someone, show the stuff, then show everything that happened. And if she also wants to sick someone on her with at least half a brain. Well, whatever half of the brain that she actually does have, Jenn used it and got you all the way together, Tamra. So you can let that go. That ain't even gonna work on this one. Jenn says that she's sick of Tamra's low-level bullshit and that they and then they trade buys, buy. And so Jenn leaves, and then Jenn immediately comes right back and says, you know what? No, I'm not done kicking your ass. Come back over here and get some more of it. She says that she tells Tamra that she needs to grow up and leave her family, her man, her children the fuck alone because they're in that house and they're happy. And her children love her. I said, oh, wait a minute now. Is Jenn reading? Oh, read her, Jenn. And also, that was a plea for her not to fuck that up for her because she's living somewhere rent-free where her kids are becoming well-adjusted to that environment. And by you potentially continuing to dig into my relationship and try to expose this man to be a horrible human being, I'm on either A, be forced to leave him because I can't let my children see that I'm with a sack of shit so we can pay the bills, or B, he's going to leave me and my children are going to be back out on the street because even though me and Gina are cool right now, she is not going to get me into another house background check free. So shut the fuck up because you're blowing up the spot. Something that a girl's girl would not do. Bitch, I might not even love this man, but I need this man for right now. So you have to shut the hell up so I can get this Real Housewives money saved, save a couple of more of these 6K checks a month, and just keep moving with my life. And then be able to get me and my children somewhere else. But until then, shut up. Because you're blowing up the spot. Damn. She then turns her attention to Heather and says, the only reason why Tamra's your friend right now is because she's sitting right next to you, because if she was not sitting right next to you, she'd be talking shit about you behind your back like she does to you and everybody else. And then she storms off after they trade buys again. And as she storms off this time, she tells Tamra to be a better person. That she's a better person than Tamra will ever be. And that's true. And she then says, bye, you fucking bitch. Oh my God, you guys, brava. Brava, Jenn. Jenn slipped in a little nasty read about her children, knowing good and damn well Tamra doesn't have the best relationship with her children. All right, over 60 people in the room, thank y'all, on a Sunday. She actually got the facts out. She embarrassed her, exposed her. She attempted, now she got a little over her head, she attempted to turn Heather on Tamra. I don't know if that was going to work, but it was a nice try. But can I say this, you guys? Let me open up the phone lines too. Can I say that while I am proud of Jenn, hold on, wait, let me drop this off first before I get into this. Okay, if you guys want to call up and discuss Real Housewives of Orange County, please do so. Thank you for everybody watching across X, Twitch, and YouTube. Please like, comment, subscribe, and do all of the things, you guys. And turn on your notification bell so you know when I go live and new videos come out. Did you guys see, by the way, how I accidentally cut up some dust and started some mess between Dr. Heatherly and Phaedra Parks? That video is live on the channel. Married to Medicine's coming out, and Married to Medicine will officially be moving to from the lean over to No Chaser TV. So we'll be here on Tuesdays now, and I just really, really want you guys to support us over here as you guys have done so for the last 3 seasons on the lean. With that being said, phone lines are open if you want to call in and talk, call in and talk. But I did want to say this. I do think that while I am so proud of Jenn for finding her voice, sticking it to Tamra, letting her know what it was, getting her reads in, doing her due deals, getting her boobops in, I think it is incredibly disappointing that a person has to lose their shit to be respected in this platform and in life in general. It's almost for me like watching a kid find out Santa Claus isn't real. I feel like at this point, Jenn's innocence. We saw Jenn lose her innocence, And so I do really hate that that had to happen. But I am so proud of Jen for sticking up for herself, for not letting Tamra get away with this one, and for letting Tamra know where your boundaries are. My man and my children are off limits. Talk about me wearing fake shit all you want to, but you continue to look like a horrible person every time you open your mouth about me. And I've been nothing but nice to you. Um, while we see if we got any callers, Demetria, did you have anything you wanted to add? You can come on up if you want to. All right, Demetria, what you got? I can't hear you if you're talking. Hello? Demetria. Can you guys hear Demetria? I don't even know how to do that, but I would be open to collaboration. If they're open to, collaborating with me, because I definitely need to get mine. So thank you. Demetria is going to come back up, but the phone lines are open if anybody else wants to come up. I'm going to wait for Demetria to come up because I know he got something he want to say.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Okay, I can.
Okay, before I say what I'm gonna say about OC, this is about you, Chase. Like, we love you and everything, but I just wanted to say, bro, that last little bit you just did about the whole Jenn versus Tamra thing, man. This is why you are made for this.
What? What did I do?
It was exceptional. Like, from a viewer standpoint, just sitting here listening to you just now, like, you just spoke the truth and nothing but the truth. Like, everything you said was, and if anybody don't agree with that, they are just delusional and just gotta like Tamra for what reason, I don't know why. But if you don't, bro, everything Chase just said was my entire thoughts, because it is sad that you have to see someone literally lose their crap on somebody just to get their point across. Because Jenn has not been nothing but nice to Tamra. Like, what has she really done to Tamra? Like, we look back from last season and this season, she has not really done anything to anybody for real. But Gina, maybe somehow with the whole house situation, she's been really nice and authentic about her life, unlike some of them, the main ones that be hating on her. And it's just like what you really said was there was some real shit though. Was how you was like, girl, you was blowing up the spot. Like, you do all of
Trying to get
this.
me put out my man's house. Would you shut the fuck up, please? Oh my god.
Like, that was the realest shit you could have ever said. Like, I swear, when you were saying it, I was over here like, yes, cause girl, my man gonna leave me. You get to doing too much. Yeah, he ain't gonna put up with this for too long, and he ain't got to. And then I'm be having to start all the way over at square one all over again because of you, bitch, because you a messy old hoe and you're miserable and you have nothing else going on in your own life. And what she did on that episode too is exactly why they don't talk to you. I swear on my kids, I see why Sydney don't talk to you, because you lied. Like, it's crazy. But I'm glad that Jenn finally found her voice, though. It was amazing to see her go in there and wear Tamra out. And Tamra couldn't even say nothing because she knew she was caught red-handed. So she couldn't do nothing but sit there and take it while she was trying to act like she was unbothered. She know Jenn came in there and was wearing her out, and it was nothing she could say. And Heather tried to step in and help her, but Heather almost got packed up too. So I'm glad Fancy Pants just sat on down, sit out this one, girl, because Jenn was about to pack you right on up with Tamra. Girl, you can't come save everybody. You got
And masterful play, by the way, by Shannon, because Shannon
Yes.
was like, "You want to keep telling my business? You want to keep exposing secrets, Tamra? Boom. All right, I got to go see my daughters." And then she just left.
Okay, and Shannon does not lie. Shannon always gonna have the receipts. Tamra been coming for her since she came back on the show. Like, let's just keep it real. And Shannon's like, "You want the smoke, honey? Okay." And I'm like, "Thank you, Shannon, for finally clocking in, because all of this hysterically crying and stuff like that was kind of getting on my nerves." Shannon has clocked in, baby. Shannon is posting the receipts on her, Alexis. I said, "This is the Shannon that I like to see, where she is sticking up for herself and not just consistently crying and letting them, she walking out now, but she walking out with a bang, because like telling that was everything." And I give Shannon her twos for that one, because she definitely did it. And as far as Emily is concerned, she's the only one that I'm thankful is just doing the right thing too. Cause it's just like we all see this obvious bullshit that is going on. Cause like let this had been reversed and Alexis found this about Shannon, and Alexis told Tamra, and Tamra would have been red hot, ready to come for Shannon. So it's just like we need to have the same capacity when we find these things out. Like, why we not all confront Tamra right now? Because she would have told anything else.
Yeah, I gotta stop you when you're wrong, but you sound like you're right to me. Hey,
And I
Texas,
and
big.
I don't understand what's the big deal about them being worried about Jen for. Like, it's just like, leave that lady alone. She's starting over. Like, okay, like, who cares what the hell is she wearing? Like, why does that matter to you? You ain't gotta. She ain't asked y'all for no loans, so why is y'all talking? Like, it's just like, ugh. Like, people like them show you when times get tough, you see who your real friends are. And times are tough for Jen. So I hope she is looking at all of this and taking all of this in. So when next season, we ain't got to play nice. Because I like to see this Jen. This is Jen that I've been waiting on. And baby, she showed up today. She
Well,
earned
I
her.
hope she has some words for Heather. I mean, not Heather, but well, actually, honestly, Heather and Gina, yes, she needs to have words for them, but she really needs to have some words for Emily at that reunion. I
Who?
she's got to let Jan. She's gonna have to let Emily have it at the reunion.
Oh, absolutely. And I hope she let Heather have it too. That's why I was like, oh, I wish Heather would have kept talking, because the way Jen was going, Jen was going to cuss her ass out too. So since she wanted to jump in, she was really kind of telling Heather, girl, while you over there sitting over there talking, like you said, Chase, it was a good little play. Like, while you sitting over there talking, she was talking about you too, baby. So don't, yeah,
She tried
can't
to get Heather to
intervene.
be like, turn on them. It didn't work.
Uh-huh.
Because Heather too evil for that to work, but it was nice try. Nice try.
Yeah.
A little too in over your head just yet. You got to work up to that. You're
And
not
then
that
it's just like, this is why I don't like Heather too, because she is just such a pretentious, stuck up snob. Because you're trying to make this whole health scare thing a thing when you specifically text these people and you didn't want them to really basically bring it up. And I'm like, you, baby, I don't know how to take that, so I'm just not gonna say nothing about it at all, because I don't got time. And Heather still found the way to, like I said last week, make herself a victim in something that she created, just like she created them pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, we know she full of shit, child.
Like, ooh, it just, Heather. I'm so mad because I'm trying to find it, and Terry.
Dr. C had a great point. They underestimated that Jen would be the one to get them together. Absolutely. And it's always the quiet
Uh-huh.
one. Always the quiet one that can fight the
But it's
best.
like, how much
Always
more
the quiet
is
one.
Jen supposed to take? She keep telling Tamara, like, okay, that we can make up, and it's just like every time she try to move forward with Tamara, she come back and do the same thing, and it's just like, how many times am I supposed to keep doing this? Just like, I'm tired of you, bitch. And then, like you said, this is about my man, my living situation could be in jeopardy. You keep pulling this bullshit. And if I lose my man because of you, well, you're really gonna have a problem. If I gotta start over,
Absolutely.
I'm
That's what
trying
I
to
was
save
thinking.
my
When she said
housewife
the
chicks,
way she
honey.
was saying it,
And
leave me and my family alone. Like I would have been like, okay, girl, I'll leave you alone. You're right. I ain't trying to get you put out. I get it. Ah! With that, we're gonna go ahead and go. We're gonna go ahead and go, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in on Sunday. Tomorrow we have Real Housewives of Potomac. I heard the Married to Medicine trailer is dropping. As I mentioned, Married to Medicine officially is moving to No Chaser TV. In regards to Salt Lake City, you guys, I'm going to have to figure out a way to do something where we comment on shows that we don't necessarily do a show-by-show recap on, or come up with a new show for something like that, because we're going to go ahead and, as Married to Medicine is exclusively going to be here, we're going to do Salt Lake City exclusively on the lean. So you guys are already watching the lean. Keep up with the lean for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That will be exclusively over there. And I may pop up over there and give a little thought or two, because I do have some thoughts, but not really.
Yeah.
I am going to regret not having a show-by-show breakdown when it gets time for Mary and Meredith, because that's going to hurt my feelings. So we're going to have to figure something out. But for an episodic,
I said it's going to hurt mine too.
Yes. For an episodic weekly breakdown, you guys are already watching it on the lean. So go to the lean and continue to watch it. As I hope you guys come here and watch Married to Medicine. You know how we get down on Married to Medicine. It's the hottest show on Tuesday night. So y'all
looking forward to come back, baby. I missed the good.
We have a good time on that. So with that being said,
are we doing Beverly Hills over here on No Chaser?
No. I am still
Chase.
I'm still in my seat at the lean. I'm not leaving my seat over there. So I will be over there on the lean. Because listen, collaboration. I don't want to do everything. I can't do everything. The lean does not want to do everything and cannot do everything, and we can certainly work together to get it done. So collaboration, collaboration, y'all, collaboration. And whatever I do over here, I'm gonna do it to the fullest. Y'all know that. So that's how that's gonna work from now on. I hope y'all understand that, and I hope y'all support both channels as you guys have continued to do so. Bell Collective is coming.
Love the lean.
Bell Collective. I love the bell.
We do
I love the
lean.
bells. So we'll see. We'll see about the bells. I don't want to do the bells alone, so we'll see. But with that being said, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Demetria, for coming up and giving your thoughts and also helping run the show. Thank you, Sammy, for coming in a comment and getting it straight. Thank you to everybody. DM Rocks, Latrice, Orchid, Dr. C. Who, Sean, TKC, Love, Patricia, Art World, just everybody who showed up today. Some names, some blasters from the past was in here today. Thank y'all for showing up, showing out. We at 750. We trying to get to that 1,000, sister. We're pushing forward. And so that's happening. And my birthday's in 2 weeks, y'all. So we're going to have a good time.
Hey.
And yes. And thank you guys for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Go to church. Go get your something to eat. Go get your something to drink. And enjoy your day. Bye, y'all.
Not something to drink.
Go get you something to drink if you need it. Bye.
Bye.